Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Last week, for the blog hour thing, which is a Twitter thing that's run by the UK Blog Awards, you probably heard them from us, because last year we tried and didn't get anywhere, but the year before, 2013, I think, the first event, the first awards thing that they had, we got shortlisted. Yay. But they had a thing about video content, an online video, and I tried recording something for it using my new webcam. It didn't work. It looked like this. Hello, this video is two purposes mainly. Yeah, so I've ended up having to re-record it rather than yeah, I'm just going to re-record it. The first question that was in the set of questions was, have you thought about starting a video blog? What tips do you think can help overcome shyness? Well, this is technically a blog, really, a vlogging thing. I don't really do it that often, and mainly because I am not that interesting. Most of the stuff that I do usually ends up as, well, I play games and edit videos for the people on the site. So my life isn't really that interesting. Day by day, it's usually just playing video games and editing videos. Hardly exciting. So I just don't vlog because I am hardly interesting. And I tried it once before, and trying to do it just 2 weeks in a row is hard enough as it is. Some of these vloggers manage to do several videos a week. Don't know how they manage to do that. It's it's the level of interestingness. But I have thought about it, because this technically is vlogging, but I just decided not to as a thing. As for tips to overcome shyness for being online, I think the first step to overcoming the shyness is to really get through the idea that your blog, essentially as it is essentially you putting your opinion out there. There was a friend of the family once said that he could never imagine doing the posts, because essentially what you're doing is you're writing something, sticking it online, and then waving your hands back in the air saying, "Ooh, look at me." And I think from hearing that, I always thought that just blogging, just writing and then posting stuff online is always the first step, because that is getting your opinion out there, and as soon as you get comfortable with that, you can put a voice to the words and do audio stuff and voiceovers with what a lot of the podcast people do. I start to come through with that. And then do audio stuff like podcast or whatever, and then after a while you just get the camera when you're comfortable. You basically put more and more of your physical self to what you do online. First you write, because that's just words. Essentially it's completely dehumanized because it is just words. Then you can put a voice to those words through a podcast or whatever, which sort of humanizes it even more. And then the final bit is to just record yourself afterwards. You just have to keep going to what you are most to the point where you're most comfortable, because a lot of people don't want to put a face to the voice. I think one of the popular ones that I know is CGP Grey. He's never puts a face to the voice, probably because he likes his anonymity, and as he was once a teacher, it's probably best. So you don't have to vlog, essentially. You just go as far and as deep down the rabbit hole, as it were, as you're comfortable. Second question is, how do you make your video creatives? That never really sounded right. And what would help draw your audience in for viewing? it's partly what I said before. It's being interesting, because you have to have something that people want to listen to, especially when you're vlogging. You have to have something people want to listen to, or people who want to hear an opinion about. It's part of the reason why just talking about video games or whatever is probably it's below listening to hear about gaming news, hearing someone's opinion about video games. It's fairly down the spectrum, so that's part of the reason why I never do it. I wouldn't think people would be interested in doing it or hearing my opinion about that sort of thing. As for the actual video itself, the graphic-y stuff, essentially it could just be extremely basic. I just have this camera because I take pictures. That's it. You don't have to have anything extravagant to actually vlog. You can vlog using a webcam, or vlog using a big fancy camera like this, or just podcast it out and not bother with the camera at all. It's the possibilities of being creative with your content. Essentially, is always up to you. You don't have to have the fanciest equipment. You don't have to have the best speaking voice. All you have to do is just be enough to whoever is watching for them to watch. And that's really it. Third question would be, in terms of marketing, how often should you vlog, and do you believe being consistent is key? As for how often you should vlog, it's pretty much up to you. If you have a busy life, like you're doing all these different events, like you're an event planner and you're going to all these different things and running about all this other things, then you probably could, because you have things and stuff to talk about. But essentially you can do one a week, one a fortnight. There is really no set pattern to how many times you should vlog. YouTube always says doing more than one video a day is too much, and that's from the gameplay side. So even with vloggers, it always depends on you and your audience. Because one of the vloggers that, a pair of vloggers that I follow up quite a lot is the Vlog Brothers, the Brothers Green, as it was once put, and they only do 2 videos a week of their vlogging stuff, and so essentially you only need to do 1 a week, if that. It's all pretty much always up to you. And as for being consistent for uploads, it is probably best to be consistent in your uploads. Have a set day of the week or of the month or whatever when you upload stuff, a time, because you can schedule it to the minute now on YouTube. So having a consistent time would be nice. It's not necessarily a thing that's exceptionally needed, but it helps, keeps regularity. I think the only thing you really need to be consistent is your opinion more than anything. I certainly have to do that with things like E3. It's E3 year on year on year. I have to make sure that you have a consistent opinion through it, or if your opinion changes, you have to explain why. Because just saying, "Oh, I think this now," is like, well, why? It's why do you think that and that? So it's being consistent video-wise is sort of free-flowing. You don't necessarily have to be consistent in your uploads. It's good that it's something that you could do, but it's something you don't have to do. But being consistent in his opinion is something you have to do. Question 4. What other forms of video marketing do you use, and how can all forms of video be linked for effective marketing? As for other forms of video, surprisingly, there's something that I didn't mention in the previous one, but in an interview with Little Deuce Deuce, which should be up by now when this goes up, a YouTuber, he talked, we briefly talked about Facebook video and how Facebook video is being used more and more and pushed even more, especially on Facebook. And stuff like that is actually something that can be quite well used because as it's an integrated part of social media, and it's something which can accept a lot longer length videos and a lot higher quality length videos than things like Twitter, because Twitter is essentially Vine. Twitter video is essentially just vines. It's very short videos because tweet length is limited. And so, as for other forms of video, it's good to know what each type of video is for. And so for things like Twitch, online streaming of videos, it's instant reactions, you talking directly to your audience, but that's really it. There's nothing really else connected to it. It's just you talking to your audience, and then that's it. There's no links to anything else. And you've got Facebook is good for short videos to share around. It's good for the what's the phrase? The sound bites. Facebook is good for the sound bites. You just upload a video with the soundbite of your vlog or something, or the soundbites of it, and then that's immediately shareable. And YouTube is good for series and regular content because of things like the YouTube annotations. YouTube annotations is very, very good, and I've heard that YouTube is slowly moving away from it into those card things on the top of the screen. I don't like the cards. Annotations are good because you can have a beginning screen and an end screen. And an end screen, you can put annotations to other videos, and you can lead the viewer from video to video and lead them through your videos. And so you have this, and so you can present essentially this series of connected videos going from one to the other, and it helps keep them there. And I think that's probably the main thing. As for marketing, it's to keep them there, because it's becoming less and less about your subscriber numbers and less about your view numbers. It's all about audience retention. It's people click on your video and watch your video all of the way through. It's having a video that they just go on to and then and just leave halfway through. It's well, you get less money for it, essentially. So as long as you keep your viewers there, then that's really all the marketing you need. As for the types of videos that can be connected, there's a thing that Twitch streamers do quite a lot, and that's when they begin their stream, because these professional streamers stream regularly on a schedule, they upload or they schedule a video to go up on their YouTube, which is just them going, "Oh, I'm streaming now, go to here, links in the description," blah, 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 blah. And it's just them, a lot of hand waving, going, "I'm streaming now, go here." But it helps bring people from their YouTube to their Twitch, to their streaming platform. It's the same as if you stream through Periscope, it automatically sends a tweet out through your Twitter to say, "Streaming now, go here." It's sort of like with YouTube annotations. It's pointing them in the right direction. It's you have to grab the viewer and then point them into the right direction, and so then they walk from, in the case of YouTube annotations, they walk from video to video, but also walk from platform to platform. So walk from YouTube to Twitch, or from YouTube to Twitter to Periscope, or things like that. You have to make sure that the viewer is engaged in not just the video itself, because videos end, but engaged in everything that you do everywhere, or including your social media. Who are your most inspirational vloggers, and how do you like about and what do you like about their style that could help others? The Vlogbrothers is always a good example that I always have, because they are almost the pinnacle of vlogging. They've been vlogging for about the amount of time that I've been on YouTube, since about 2006 or something like that. And as they've been around for so long, they've set up their set of rules. Like a regular vlog can't be any longer than 4 minutes, so it forces them to get through topics quickly and be edited very quickly. and so there's no pauses or anything like that. It's very fast and very frenetic. And I think for people who want to learn about vlogging and learn about a very, very good way of vlogging, I would always say watch the Vlog Brothers, especially comparing their older stuff from many, many years ago to how it is now. Yeah, the battery died, so slight lighting change, I presume. It might be slightly better. The last question that was there is which social media platform provide the best link back results, and why do you think this? I think for us, especially here at The Torch, Twitter is probably the best thing that we have, but we only use like Twitter and Facebook. So Twitter is always going to be best because Facebook is more maintaining an audience rather than communicating to it. I think the one thing I have to say is that it doesn't really matter what social media provide the best link backs. It's always the best ones that are best for you, which ones that you use profess best link backs, because for you it might be Instagram or Pinterest or something, because as our stuff is always either longer video content or written posts, very few pictures are involved. For us on Instagram, it's probably not going to be as good as it would be on Twitter. That's part of the reason why we don't have one. We don't really have enough pictures to really mean that we should get one. But if you are like a food person or a makeup person, then it gives you a lot more reason to do it, and you'll probably be better with that. It's more about what social media is best for you rather than just going with the one that like I like or other people like. It's always about what is best suited for your content and what will provide the best link backs for you rather than anyone else. And so I'd say consider what types of content you do, and then go with this and try out the social medias around that. Like if you have lots of pictures, then Instagram. If you have lots of written posts, then use Twitter or Pinterest. It's try stuff out. It's less about the tweet and more about the social media itself. So it's less about the tweet or the post on Instagram or whatever, or the hashtag or whatever. It's more important about the social media that you use than anything else, because it's all about you getting to that audience rather than you making the post itself. It's all about your content, and that's really it. Well, that's the end of that. This should work quite a lot, besides the camera dying. If you have questions, you can probably catch us on the Twitter. The links are in the description. Yeah, it's hopefully this will have started some sort of discussion. Might do more videos like this. Might do another guest post. If you haven't checked it out, as this is a blog hour thing, you should check out the guest post that I wrote for the UK Blog Awards main blog about streaming, about live streaming, about Twitch and Periscope and Meerkat and stuff like that. So yeah, go check that out. If I can't connect on screen, it's going to be in the description. So go to the description, follow all the social medias and all the sort of stuff like that. Subscribe if you're interested, and feel free to ask questions. It's whole point of blog hour is to start a discussion, so go for it.